Welcome, explorers of human potential, to Inspirational History. Today, we embark on a journey to the very edge of the Earth, a realm of breathtaking beauty and daunting challenge. The Arctic is a place where nature reigns supreme, where the human spirit is tested against the vastness of ice, the ferocity of blizzards, and the profound isolation of the polar night. But within this extreme environment, a remarkable narrative unfolds, a story not just of survival, but of extraordinary human endurance, scientific innovation, and the profound power of cross-cultural collaboration. Imagine a world painted in hues of white and blue, where the silence is broken only by the whisper of wind across endless ice fields, or the crack of a glacier calving into the frigid sea. This formidable landscape has, for centuries, drawn adventurers, scientists, and indigenous peoples, each seeking something unique: discovery, knowledge, or simply the daily miracle of life itself. Their collective experiences form a powerful testament to the unwavering drive to push the boundaries of what's possible. Our story today, the Arctic Beacon, guiding hope through the polar night, is a profound reflection on how adversity can forge unbreakable bonds and ignite unprecedented ingenuity. It's a narrative that explores how, even in the harshest environments, humanity finds ways to collaborate, to learn, and to shed light on the darkest corners of our planet and our understanding. We will witness how a beacon of hope was lit, piece by painstaking piece, through shared struggle and a common pursuit of knowledge. This journey is not just about ice and snow. It's about the warmth of human spirit, the brilliance of human intellect, and the enduring power of connection in the face of the ultimate cold. Join us as we navigate the frozen expanses and discover the inspiring lessons that echo from the Arctic. Guiding our own pathways forward, the Arctic, a landscape of unparalleled stark beauty, yet one that demands an unyielding spirit for mere survival. For centuries, this unforgiving environment has served as the ultimate crucible for human endurance, pushing individuals and communities to their absolute limits. Imagine yourself standing on an endless expanse of ice, the biting wind whipping across your face, temperatures plummeting to unimaginable lows, and the sun, either perpetually absent or circling low on the horizon, casting an eerie, perpetual twilight. This was, and often still is, the daily reality. Early Arctic expeditions, often driven by the allure of new trade routes or the glory of discovery, faced an adversary far more formidable than any human foe: the raw, untamed power of nature. Tales of hypothermia, starvation, and the insidious creeping despair of isolation paint a stark picture of their struggles. Ships became trapped in the relentless grip of pack ice, turning hopeful voyages into desperate months-long sieges against the elements. Supplies dwindled, frostbite claimed limbs, and the very concept of time seemed to warp in the endless white. The famous tragic fate of Sir John Franklin's expedition in the mid-19th century, his ships, HMS Erebus and Terror, locked in ice, his entire crew perishing without a trace for decades, stands as a stark reminder of the Arctic's uncompromising nature. These were individuals pushed to the brink, their scientific instruments and grand ambitions dwarfed by the sheer, overwhelming power of the polar wilderness. Yet amidst these desperate struggles, a different story unfolded, a story of unparalleled resilience and profound adaptability, a narrative that had been written into the very fabric of the Arctic for millennia by its indigenous peoples. For thousands of years, the Inuit and other indigenous Arctic communities didn't just survive, they thrived in this seemingly barren land. Their existence was a living testament to human ingenuity, born of absolute necessity. Picture their traditional knowledge, the intricate science of building an igloo, a shelter ingeniously crafted from snow that could provide warmth even in sub-zero temperatures. A masterpiece of thermal engineering. Observe their clothing, meticulously layered animal furs and skins. It's designed not just for warmth, but for breathability and movement, allowing them to withstand the most brutal blizzards. Witness their mastery of hunting, understanding the subtle movements of seals, polar bears and whales, often with nothing more than harpoons and profound patience. Their navigation skills, guiding them across featureless ice and snowscapes using wind patterns, snowdrifts, and the subtle contours of the land, were truly astonishing. These were not mere survival techniques. They were a holistic way of life, deeply interwoven with their culture, spirituality, and profound respect for the land and its creatures. Every tool, every method, every custom was a testament to their deep understanding of the environment and their ability to live in harmony with it. These daily acts of perseverance were woven into their very being. The careful repair of a sled, the meticulous drying of fish, the communal sharing of a fresh catch. These small, continuous efforts, fueled by an unbreakable spirit and strong communal bonds, were what allowed entire communities to not just endure but flourish, passing down vital knowledge from generation to generation. The laughter of children playing in the snow, the shared stories around a blubber lamp, the collective effort of a hunt. These were the daily manifestations of a resilient spirit that understood cooperation was the key to thriving. As early European explorers stumbled, often disastrously, into this formidable world, some possessed the humility and foresight to recognize the limitations of their own methods and the immense value of indigenous wisdom. Through trial and error, often after immense suffering, they slowly began to learn from indigenous practices. Imagine a frozen, starving explorer, initially dismissive of local ways, finally accepting an offer of warm, fur clothing, or learning to track seals like the Inuit. These were moments of profound adaptability, where preconceived notions yielded to practical survival. Explorers like Fridtjof Nansen, who would later become a champion of Arctic indigenous rights, adopted dog sleds and fur clothing, recognizing their superiority over European equipment. This willingness to learn, to grow beyond conventional methods, was itself an act of resilience, a triumph over ingrained biases, and a testament to the open mind's power in extreme circumstances. Adversity in the Arctic was not just a test of physical strength. It was a profound forge for the human spirit. It stripped away pretensions and exposed raw human vulnerability, often leading to unforeseen insights and deeper connections. The shared struggle against the relentless cold, the gnawing hunger, and the pervasive isolation often forged stronger bonds within expedition crews, transforming individuals into tightly knit units dependent on each other for survival. Leaders learned to prioritize morale and foster a sense of shared purpose above all else. Resourcefulness became a daily virtue, and every small success a successful hunt, finding a patch of open water, reaching a hidden cache of supplies, was celebrated as a monumental triumph. This extreme environment, while challenging, became a teacher, imparting profound lessons in cooperation, humility, and the indomitable power of the human spirit to endure, to adapt, and to grow beyond perceived limits. The daily and glamorous acts of perseverance were the bedrock upon which the greater tales of Arctic exploration would later be built. From the foundational acts of daily survival and communal resilience, the story of the Arctic shifts towards monumental endeavors, journeys of singular vision and transformative insight that redefined what was possible in the polar regions. This segment explores the compelling narrative of a pivotal figure whose meticulous planning, strategic brilliance, and profound humility in learning from the land and its people ultimately led to triumphs that echoed across the globe. Our focus turns to Roald Amundsen, the Norwegian explorer whose name became synonymous with groundbreaking polar conquest, testament to human endeavor, achieving the seemingly impossible. Imagine the turn of the 20th century. The poles, north and south, remained the last great uncharted territories, fiercely guarded by unforgiving ice and relentless cold. Many had tried, and many had failed or perished in the attempt. Ambition was abundant, but true success required something more, a revolutionary approach. A departure from conventional, often rigid, European expeditionary methods. Amundsen possessed this rare combination of daring ambition and pragmatic adaptability. His vision was clear, his determination unyielding, but crucially his mind was open. Amundsen's journey to conquer the South Pole, famously beginning in 1910, stands as a masterclass in strategic brilliance and meticulous preparation. While his initial goal was the North Pole, a last-minute change of plans, spurred by news that Robert Peary claimed to have reached the North Pole, rerouted his expedition south. This pivot was not impulsive. It was a calculated risk, demonstrating his extraordinary flexibility and unwavering focus on his ultimate goal. Being first to a pole, He understood that true success wasn't about rigid adherence to an initial plan, but about dynamic response to evolving circumstances. Unlike many of his contemporaries who clung to traditional European methods, often involving ponies or cumbersome mechanical vehicles, Amundsen had a profound appreciation for Inuit survival techniques. He had spent years learning from the indigenous peoples of the Canadian Arctic. During his successful navigation of the Northwest Passage, this experience taught him invaluable lessons. The unmatched efficiency of dog sleds for transportation, capable of covering vast distances with vital supplies. The superior warmth and practicality of fur clothing over wool, and the critical importance of mastering techniques like igloo building for emergency shelter. These were not mere adaptations, they were revolutionary adoptions, transforming his expedition from a perilous gamble into a meticulously planned, highly efficient machine. Detailing his monumental struggles, one must acknowledge the omnipresent threat of the Antarctic environment, the blinding whiteouts, the hidden crevasses, the soul-crushing monotony of endless ice. Amundsen faced internal conflicts too, managing the personalities within his small elite team under extreme pressure. His approach, however, contrasted sharply with others. Where some leaders might have driven their men relentlessly, Amundsen prioritized careful, deliberate progress. He established a series of depots, cached with food and supplies at precise intervals along his route. This strategic foresight drastically reduced the weight his teams had to carry and provided critical safety nets, demonstrating an unparalleled level of logistical genius. These depots were marked by black flags, a stark contrast against the white, visible from miles away, serving as guiding beacons of hope and sustenance. His leadership in maintaining team morale and discipline under such harsh conditions was exemplary. Amundsen was known for his calm demeanor, his decisive actions, and his commitment to the well-being of his men and his dogs. He understood that a harmonious, well-fed, and confident team was paramount to success. He fostered a sense of shared purpose, emphasizing the collective effort required to achieve their ambitious goal. His humility in recognizing and integrating indigenous wisdom, combined with his unwavering resolve, set him apart. He did not come to the Arctic to impose. He came to learn, to adapt, and to ultimately conquer through intelligent cooperation with the very forces that challenged him. This humble approach, a willingness to shed preconceived notions and embrace new paradigms, is perhaps his greatest strength. The ultimate triumph of Amundsen's vision, reaching the South Pole on December 14, 1911, was not just a personal victory. It was a resounding vindication of his adaptive strategies. His meticulous planning, his innovative use of dogs and furs, and his disciplined execution stood in stark contrast to the tragic fate of his rival Robert Falcon. Scott, who arrived at the pole weeks later only to perish on the return journey. Amundsen's success was a powerful lesson in preparation, adaptability, and the strategic humility to learn from those who had mastered the environment. It transformed the understanding of polar exploration, shifting the paradigm from brute force and sheer endurance to intelligent design and harmonious interaction with nature. His story is a powerful testament to how meticulous planning, combined with an open mind and decisive leadership, can overcome seemingly insurmountable environmental odds. While Amundsen stands as a towering figure, the Arctic's transformative history is also woven with the contributions of lesser-known, yet equally impactful individuals. Consider Louise Arner Boyd, an American explorer whose pioneering scientific expeditions to the Arctic in the 1920s and 30s broke significant gender barriers. As a wealthy heiress, she funded and led 7 expeditions to the Arctic, primarily to the East Greenland Sea and Franz Josef Land. Unlike many earlier explorers focused solely on reaching a pole, Boyd's primary drive was scientific discovery. She charted coastlines, took depth soundings, collected botanical and geological specimens, and conducted pioneering work in oceanography and glaciology. Boyd's contributions highlight a different facet of greatness. She defied the societal norms of her time, proving that women could lead large-scale, rigorous scientific expeditions into the world's most challenging environments. Her meticulous scientific methodologies, her unwavering dedication to data collection, and her detailed cartographic work provided invaluable contributions to the understanding of the Arctic's geology, flora, and marine life. Her expeditions were not about flags or firsts, but about the systematic pursuit of knowledge. Revealing the secrets of ice fjords and charting previously unknown territories, she embodied a profound courage, not just against the elements, but against the skepticism of a male-dominated scientific establishment. Her legacy is one of silent, profound impact, expanding the boundaries of both exploration and scientific inquiry, and paving the way for future generations of women in science and exploration. These leaders, whether famous or quietly impactful, shared a common thread: their ability to learn, adapt, and transform the pursuit of greatness into a collaborative and intelligent endeavor. Their struggles against the elements, against conventional wisdom, and sometimes against internal strife, provided deep insights into personal and collective transformation. They showed that true triumph in the harshest environments is born not just of muscle and will, but of strategic brilliance, a willingness to evolve, and a deep respect for the lessons that the environment and its inhabitants can teach. These foundations of adaptability and scientific rigor would be crucial for the next phase of our story, the pursuit of knowledge and the breakthroughs that unlock the Arctic's deepest secrets. The unforgiving vastness of the Arctic, while a formidable adversary, also served as an unparalleled laboratory, a silent, frozen crucible where human ingenuity was pushed to its absolute limits. Beyond the sheer grit of survival, the polar regions presented a unique set of scientific and navigational challenges that spurred remarkable breakthroughs. This segment delves into the intellectual triumphs of those who sought not merely to traverse the ice, but to understand its deepest secrets, revealing how the relentless pursuit of knowledge illuminated the mysteries of Earth's systems and redefined the boundaries of human intellect. Imagine a world without reliable maps, where the very tools of navigation, the compass, became erratic, pulling wildly as one approached the magnetic pole. Early Arctic explorers faced this profound dilemma. Traditional celestial navigation, reliant on clear skies and visible stars, became a monumental challenge during the long polar night or under constant cloud cover. Yet driven by an unyielding desire to chart the unknown, navigators developed innovative techniques to overcome these obstacles. They meticulously observed the subtle shifts in the sun's position, even when low on the horizon, refined methods of dead reckoning, and cross-referenced their positions with meticulous astronomical tables. The advent of the chronometer, a highly accurate timepiece, revolutionized longitude calculation, offering a crucial lifeline in the vast featureless white. Each successful fix of a position, each accurate charting of an ice-filled bay, was a triumph of scientific application, a testament to the human mind's capacity to master complex variables in the most extreme conditions. The physical demands of Arctic exploration also spurred incredible technological breakthroughs. The very idea of navigating through thick, multi-year ice required a radical rethinking of ship design. Traditional wooden vessels, no matter how stoutly built, were easily crushed by the immense pressures of converging ice flows. This necessity birthed the development of the icebreaker. Early designs, starting in the mid-19th century, featured reinforced hulls, rounded bows to ride up onto the ice and break it with their weight, and powerful engines. The Russian icebreaker Yermak, launched in 1899, was a revolutionary vessel, demonstrating the feasibility of sustained operation in heavy ice. These ships were not just modes of transport, they were floating laboratories, symbols of human determination to engineer solutions against nature's raw power. They allowed scientists to venture deeper into the Arctic than ever before, enabling new forms of research. Beyond ships, communication in the isolated Arctic was a life-or-death challenge. Early expeditions relied on flags, signal fires, or even carrier pigeons, all highly unreliable in the vast, often stormy polar environment. The early 20th century saw the integration of radio technology, a monumental breakthrough. Imagine the incredible impact of being able to send and receive messages across hundreds or thousands of miles of frozen wilderness. This not only improved safety, but also facilitated the real-time exchange of scientific data, transforming expeditions from isolated endeavors into interconnected networks of discovery. Specialized equipment for polar environments also evolved. Lightweight, insulated tents, innovative stoves for melting snow, improved sleds, and advanced photographic equipment designed to withstand extreme cold. Each piece of gear was a small victory of design, contributing to the greater triumph of exploration and knowledge acquisition. With improved access and tools, the scientific discoveries made during polar expeditions became increasingly profound, unraveling the intricate workings of Earth's northernmost reaches. Early explorers and scientists began to systematically study Arctic ecosystems, documenting the unique flora and fauna that thrived in such harsh conditions, from the resilience of polar bears and seals to the delicate balance of microscopic life in the frigid waters. They meticulously mapped ocean currents, understanding how the Arctic Ocean influenced global weather patterns and marine life. The mysterious shimmering lights of the aurora borealis, once purely mythical, became subjects of scientific inquiry, revealing insights into Earth's magnetic field and solar activity. Pioneering climate observations began, with meticulous records of temperature, ice thickness, and snowfall, laying the foundational data for what would become the critical science of climate change. The intellectual wonder of piecing together the puzzle of the polar regions was immense. Geologists studied the ancient rock formations, deciphering the tectonic history of the Earth. Meteorologists analyzed unique weather phenomena, contributing to our understanding of global atmospheric circulation. Glaciologists measured the vast ice sheets, beginning to comprehend their immense power and their role in shaping landscapes. Each sample collected, each measurement taken, each observation recorded, it's a thread in a grand tapestry, slowly revealing new insights into geology, meteorology, and glaciology. It was a testament to the dedication of scientists who endured extreme discomfort and danger for the sake of pure knowledge. Driven by an insatiable curiosity about the natural world, this pursuit of knowledge was driven by an inherent human desire to understand the world around us, to demystify the unknown, and to expand the realm of what is known. It was an act of profound dedication, pushing the boundaries of not just physical endurance, but of human intellect itself. The meticulous data collection, the innovative problem-solving, and the tireless observation in the face of blinding snow and numbing cold, all served to build a comprehensive picture of the Arctic. These breakthroughs were not merely academic. They led to profound impacts on our understanding of Earth as a dynamic, interconnected system. They informed our understanding of oceanography, meteorology, and the delicate balance of life in extreme environments, ultimately shaping our understanding of planetary health and our own place within it. The Arctic, once a barrier, became a beacon, a source of vital information, and an enduring symbol of humanity. As boundless capacity for discovery and ingenuity, from the individual acts of survival and the grand narratives of scientific conquest, the Arctic's story culminates in a profound legacy that transcends ice and snow. This final segment explores how the relentless pursuit of knowledge and the enduring spirit of collaboration transformed the Arctic from a distant, formidable frontier into a critical region of global importance. It highlights the visionary leadership, both historical and contemporary, that fostered international cooperation, ignited environmental awareness, and continues to shape humanity's path forward in a rapidly changing world. The Arctic, once a mere obstacle, has become a vibrant beacon of hope for how collective action and scientific understanding can address global challenges. Imagine the shift in perspective. For centuries, the Arctic was seen as an empty, hostile void, a place to be conquered or avoided. Early expeditions, driven by nationalistic pride or the elusive Northwest Passage, viewed it as a test of raw will. However, as scientific understanding grew, propelled by the very ingenuity we've discussed, the Arctic began to reveal itself as a living, breathing, an incredibly vital part of Earth's interconnected systems. This transformation from a mere frontier to a region of geopolitical and environmental significance marked a profound evolution in human consciousness. It was a shift from seeing nature as something to be subdued to understanding it as something to be understood, cherished, and protected. This change in perspective was, in itself, a triumph of human insight. This deeper understanding fueled an unprecedented era of international scientific collaboration. No single nation could hope to fully comprehend the vast complexities of the Arctic on its own. This realization led to visionary leadership in establishing monumental cooperative efforts. Most notably, the International Polar Years. The first International Polar Year, in 1882 to 83, conceived by Austrian naval officer Karl Weyprecht, brought together 11 nations to establish synchronized scientific observation stations across the Arctic. Imagine scientists from different countries, often with historical rivalries, working side by side in the freezing wilderness, sharing data and insights to unlock the Arctic secrets. This was a radical idea for its time, fostering unprecedented global scientific exchange and demonstrating that shared intellectual curiosity could transcend national borders. The subsequent IPEs, including the impactful International Geophysical Year of 1957-58 and the modern International Polar Year 2007-2008, built upon this legacy, laying the crucial groundwork for contemporary climate science and global environmental monitoring. These collaborative ventures stand as powerful testaments to the human capacity for collective action. When faced with a common pursuit of knowledge, crucially, the legacy of Arctic exploration and science also brought renewed attention to the original inhabitants of this land. The vital role of indigenous advocacy has become increasingly central in shaping modern Arctic policy. Indigenous communities, such as the Inuit, Yupik, Sami, and countless others, possess invaluable traditional ecological knowledge, accumulated over millennia that is now recognized as indispensable for understanding and managing the Arctic's delicate ecosystems. Visionary indigenous leaders have tirelessly advocated for their rights, for self-determination, and for the respectful integration of their ancestral wisdom into scientific research and environmental governance. They have campaigned for sustainable practices, pushing back against exploitative resource extraction and highlighting the direct impacts of climate change on their homelands and way of life. This powerful collective action has led to significant progress in land claims, cultural recognition, and a stronger voice for indigenous peoples on the international stage, demonstrating that true societal change often springs from the courage to speak truth to power and to assert cultural identity. The insights gained from Arctic research have driven immense societal advancements that extend far beyond the polar circles. Our improved ability to forecast weather, for instance, has its roots in early meteorological observations from polar stations, leading to safer travel, more productive agriculture, and more robust disaster preparedness worldwide. Furthermore, the meticulous data collected on ice core samples, glacial retreat, and sea ice extent has provided irrefutable evidence of global climate change, leading to a deeper understanding of our planet's fragility and the urgent need for environmental stewardship. The Arctic, through its very changes, has become a powerful global indicator, compelling humanity to confront its impact on the natural world. This profound understanding compels us towards collective responsibility, reminding us that the health of this distant region directly affects life across the entire globe. As we conclude our journey through the Arctic, we reflect on its enduring lessons. It is a testament to the fact that the human spirit, when confronted with the most daunting challenges, does not merely survive. It learns, adapts, and innovates with breathtaking ingenuity. The pioneers, indigenous communities, and scientists who faced the polar night forged a legacy of interconnectedness, showing us that the pursuit of knowledge is a shared endeavor, and that true strength lies in our ability to collaborate, to respect diverse forms of wisdom, and to act collectively for the greater good of our planet. The Arctic beacon, once a symbol of perilous exploration, now shines as a guiding light of hope. It illuminates the incredible human potential to confront grand challenges with courage, intelligence, and a unifying spirit. May the stories of those who navigated its frozen expanses inspire us to embrace our own challenges, to pursue knowledge with passion, and to contribute to the collective well-being of humanity and our precious Earth. Thank you for joining us on Inspirational History. May your own journey be guided by the enduring lessons of human triumph. That brings us to the end of another journey through the annals of inspirational history. We hope this story of triumph, resilience, and the enduring human spirit has left you feeling empowered and reflective. If you were moved by this tale, please like this video, subscribe to our channel for more journeys into the past, and comment below with your thoughts or any historical moments that inspire you. Your engagement helps us continue to share these powerful stories of human triumph.